Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news, so let's dive into what could be one of the most intriguing trade rumors floating around the league right now, especially for us 49ers fans who are always keeping an eye on how we can get better and push towards that elusive Super Bowl title. The buzz is centered around Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. T. Higgins. Isn't he a key piece for Joe Burrow and the Bengals? Absolutely. Higgins has made a name for himself as a versatile and reliable target, especially in the red zone, and he's being talked about as a potential trade target that could seriously shake up the NFC West landscape. Sources close to league insiders, including Adam Schefter, have been whispering that the Bengals might be open to trading Higgins. Why? Well, Cincinnati is dealing with a few financial and roster challenges. They're sitting at around $12 million in cap space, which is tight with only about 10 games left in the season, and they're also trying to extend Joe Chase's contract, which could see a $25 million hit. On top of that, the Bengals are struggling on the offensive line, with Joe Burrow taking a pounding, sacked 30 times, and with an EPA dropback of -0. 15, it's clear they need to invest in their protection and youth on defense, especially after losing Hubbard to a concussion and missing him for 2 games. Now let's talk about what this means for us, for the 49ers. If the 49ers could land a player like T. Higgins, it could be a game changer. Currently, the Niners are 6-4, sitting comfortably in the playoff picture, but adding a versatile receiver with Higgins' profile would elevate our offense to another level. The team has roughly $7 million in cap space, so financially it's plausible. Higgins, with his career stats, over 350 receptions, 200 yards, 40 touchdowns, and a couple of Pro Bowls, brings a lot to the table. He's a guy who can stretch the field, win contested catches, and create mismatches in the red zone, which has been somewhat of a weak spot for us this year. Higgins' profile is impressive. He's a 2025 draft class guy, but he's already proven to be a reliable target with 48 receptions on 72 targets for 680 yards and 5 touchdowns so far this season. His yards per catch average is 14.2, and he averages 6 yards per game, making him a consistent deep threat. His YAC yards after catch is 5.2 yards per reception, and his EPA per target is +0.32, which shows he's efficient and productive when given the ball. His contested catch rate is 58%, and he's got a deep catch rate of 45%. Plus, PFF has graded him at an 89.4, which is elite. With a career of over 350 catches and 2 Pro Bowls on his resume, Higgins is a proven commodity. The Bengals are in a tough spot financially. They need to free up cap space to extend Jamar Chase, who's due for a big payday, with a $15 million cap hit for Chase's extension and a $25 million impact on their cap. Meanwhile, their secondary is leaking points, giving up an average of 26 points per game. Cincinnati might be looking to rebuild or focus on youth, especially on defense, after losing some key players to injury and other circumstances. Trading Higgins could free up some cap space and help them rebuild for the future, especially if they get a solid second-round pick in 2026, which is what some rumors suggest they might aim for. For us, the potential acquisition of Higgins could be a perfect fit. Not only would he add a reliable target for Brock Purdy, but he would also open up the field significantly, creating mismatches that could benefit the entire offense. Higgins' ability to win in contested situations and make plays downfield means that defenses would have to adjust, giving more space for players like Brandon Ayuk and even Christian McCaffrey to do their thing. His deep catch rate of 45% means he's someone who can stretch the field vertically, which is exactly what Shanahan's offense thrives on. If Higgins joins the 49ers, the impact on the team's overall production would be huge. We could see a boost of around 100 yards on the season. His presence would push the aerial attack from around 250 yards per game to over 320 yards, making our passing game even more explosive. It would also improve our play-action success rate, currently around 45%, which could jump into the high 60s or even 70%. That's what elite offenses do. They keep defenses guessing and off balance. Higgins' ability to make contested catches and win deep routes would also help reduce sacks, which has been a concern lately. The team could see sacks drop from around 25 per season to closer to 15, giving Purdy more time to operate and find his receivers. The ripple effect of adding Higgins isn't just about the offense. Our defense would benefit too, as the offense would sustain drives longer and keep the defense fresh. With more explosive plays, the 49ers could see their points per game rise from around 25. 4 to over 31, which puts us in a much stronger position to clinch playoff seeding and make a deep run. Plus, Higgins' presence would boost our chances in the postseason. Just look at what he did in 2023 against the Chiefs, racking up 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in a game that showed how a dynamic receiver can be a playoff X-factor. Now, looking ahead, if the trade goes through, the odds for our Super Bowl chances could shift dramatically. Currently, they're around plus 1,200, but with Higgins on board, some betting outlets could see those odds drop to plus 500. That's a huge leap, and it emphasizes how much a player like him can change the narrative for the 49ers. His addition would make our offense one of the most dangerous in the league, and it would send a clear message to the rest of the NFC. We're here to win, and we're willing to make bold moves to get that ring. Of course, there are risks involved. Cincinnati is a competitive team, and trading Higgins would be a statement that they're rebuilding or retooling. The 49ers, on the other hand, would need to make sure they're not overextending or giving up too much in draft capital. But considering how well Higgins fits into our scheme and the potential upgrade in our offense, it's a move that could pay dividends in a big way. Not to mention, it would cement our status as an offensive powerhouse, especially in the playoffs when every yard and every play counts. In conclusion, this trade rumor is one to keep a close eye on. It seems like a win-win scenario. Cincinnati gets to free up cap space and draft assets, and the 49ers get a proven, dynamic receiver who can elevate our entire offense. It would be a statement of intent from John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, signaling that they're serious about making a deep playoff run and finally capturing that elusive Super Bowl trophy. For us fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities: more fireworks on offense, more highlight reel catches, and a stronger shot at bringing another championship to the Bay Area. Whether this trade materializes or not, it's clear that the 49ers are always looking for ways to get better, and Higgins' name is definitely one that could shake up the league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think a trade for T. Higgins would make us a legit Super Bowl favorite? Would you be okay giving up a second-round pick in 2026 for a guy who could change the entire offensive dynamic? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.